Hello, my name is David Manning. I'd like to welcome you to Doubly Hunt Club. We're situated on 3,000 acres in southeastern Osceola County. Club's been around since 1982. My father, David Sr., was the manager for 27 years. I've been involved for 20 years, managing the last 16. Today, we'd just like to go over a few of the do's and don'ts while we're on a quail shoot. Safety's the number one thing here at the lease. We just want to make sure that everyone has a safe and successful time while they're here. So we can move on to the buggy and I'll show you around. So this is our buggy. It was built in 1996. My father oversaw the designing and manufacturing of it. It's been a great machine. A lot of really cool features on it. In the front here we have our retriever and flush dog boxes. Their boxes have waterers in them. We have our bird box and our flush sticks, a few other little things. If we go around the side here, we'll show you the pointer boxes. So on the sides we keep our pointers. We have 4 boxes on either side. Generally have 4 pointers on either side. Along with the water system, we also have a blower system for the hot days. It just helps to keep the dogs a little cooler. That way they don't get overheated, especially in the front being close to the motor. But come around the back and we'll show you the gun boxes. So on either side of the stairs we have a gun box. Each box holds 4 shotguns. Biggest thing is when removing the guns from the buggy, please ensure that you brake immediately and keep the gun broken and clear at all times. Once you remove your shotgun and we go out to a shoot, as we're going out to the point, you can go ahead and put your shells in, but ensure that it stays broken until we get in position for the shoot. That's one of the biggest safety concerns is somebody loading up before we get to the birds, and if birds jump, then you have somebody that may get a little excited and want to try for a bird, but it's a big no-no. Whenever you are returning your broken gun back to the box, please ensure that you make sure that it's clear. Please stay clear before you close the gun. Just remind you to look down the barrel and make sure that there aren't any shells. And it lets everybody know that the gun's safe. So clear. Back onto the truck. And then from there we can move on to our next objective. So once the dog goes on point, we'll have 2 shooters come down. Whoever's turn it is, you'll step down and find your shotgun in the box in the back. You'll remove your shotgun. You want to point it downrange to a position where no one's around. Break the gun open. Once your gun's broken, then we'll work towards the pointer and get in position. So once the dog goes on point, I'm going to have the shooters come out. I'll set one of the shooters up on the far side of the dog. The other shooter will be on the right side here. The shooter is going to step into place, shooting away from the road. I'm going to ask them to mark their surroundings, check where the truck is located, check where their partner's located, myself and the dog. In an instance like this where you may not be able to see your partner, once they're on the other side, if you want to ensure where they're located, you could shout out, ask them to lift the hat. That way you can see where they're located. Once you have your position, you have everything marked, go ahead and create a zone from the center 12 o'clock to around 3 o'clock on the right hand side. And then on the left hand side will be from the center 12 o'clock to about 9 o'clock on the left hand side. This is your zone. We want you to try to focus on birds that are about chest high and higher. Good rule of thumb, if a covey rises, all the birds are together, you want to try to pick a bird off to the side. Try not to shoot into the center of the covey. From there, we'll move ahead and go ahead and flush the birds. So now that the shooters are in position, we're going to go ahead and remove the pointer. We'll have the shooters go ahead and load and close their shotguns up. We'll take the pointer out of the picture and get ready to go in with the flush dog. So now we'll let the flush dog down and get ready to flush the birds. I'm going to let the shooters know to stay a couple of steps ahead as I move forward into the birds. Try to stay a couple of steps ahead at all times. Just helps to funnel the birds out ahead of us. Come here, Sam. All set, guys? Here. Where's the bird, Sam? Where's the bird, Sam? Get him up, buddy. Close to you, Sam. Close to you, Sam. Get him up. Get him up. Close, close. Hip, 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 hip. Get him up. Get him up. Breathe, Sam. That's right. So once the initial flush happens and everyone's shot at least once, I'll bring the retriever back to me. At that time, if you need to reload, if you've only shot one shell, go ahead and reload. Just ensure that the barrel is pointed downrange or away from anyone else. Make sure your finger's off the trigger. That way there's no accidental discharge. Go ahead and reload, get your gun back up, and get ready for the next flush. I'll ask at that point, you know, if you're set and ready for the next flush. And we'll move on with the covey. So once we have 4 birds down, or if I believe all the birds are gone, I'll go ahead and ask the shooters to break your guns. At that point, remove your shells and just keep your gun broken. Hold that position, just if you have a bird down, just to help, you know, keep your mark, and then I'll move out ahead of you, get onto your dead bird and retrieve your dead bird. You know, any spectators, anybody that's on the buggy, please, you know, help keep an eye on the birds that go down. It'll help us to retrieve the birds a little quicker. And after that, after we retrieve our birds, we'll go ahead and walk back into the truck with our guns broken. And at no point, please do not go off and try to hunt a single bird on your own. You know, if we have time, we can go chase a couple singles, but normally we'll move on to the next covey and just leave that covey alone. Just, you know, lets the birds stay a little closer and not be pushed too far away. So after the shoot, the shooter's going to come back in with their guns broken. Once they get back to the buggy, they're going to check the barrel, the chamber, to make sure there aren't any shells, and they're going to say clear. Clear. Before closing it up and putting it back on the truck. Clear. Generally, whenever somebody says clear, somebody else on the truck's going to say thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And we'll move on to the next shoot. If by chance we come across a rattlesnake or a cottonmouth, typically, you know, it's going to be a distance from you. Please do not just jump on the, you know, just jump into action and try to shoot the snake or kill the snake. You know, get me to come to you. One of us will take care of it, or at least kind of guide you through it. Every time a snake's presented to us, people tend to get a little rushed in trying to kill it and don't necessarily think about the safety precautions that go along with it. So we just, again, want everyone to be safe. That's our #1 priority here. We want to bring everyone back in unharmed and you know, having had a wonderful day. So with that being said, you know, failure to follow any of the instructions given to you, you know, you may be asked to sit out the shoot, and you know, we just don't want it to come to that. So we just ask that you please follow the instructions. If you have any questions, please ask us. Everyone here is more than willing to help you out, and you know, we just love to get out here and have a good time and bring everyone home safe, dogs included. I just want to thank you for taking your time to watch this video. So let's go out, let's go have a safe and successful hunt.